What's going on, everybody? Nick with NRP Gaming here, and today I got an awesome guide for you guys, Elder Scrolls Online, and we're talking normal CloudRest trials today, dudes. And what I want to touch on here is, as you can see, I just volunteered myself in the group. They're looking for a shard runner. So there's a portal mechanic in CloudRest where your DPS is going to have to go down, destroy some crystals, pick up some orbs. Once they pick up the orb, or I should say once they destroy the crystal, a shard is going to show up on the top side of the map. And as a DPS, you have to find those shards, go to them, hit the synergy button, and then send them down to the portal world so that the DPS down there can drop orbs in them. When they destroy the crystals, they're going to pick up an orb. Once they destroy the crystal, there's a shard up top. That's what you need to send down. So a really good coordinated group, they're going to have their 2 DPS who are going to go down into the portal and destroy crystals and pick up orbs. They're going to want to designate one person to kind of keep an eye out. You know, when the portal's up, you know, kind of pull back and really watch for those shards and send them down as soon as possible. That's what I'm going to do here in this video for you guys. So as you can see, we're just getting the first boss. We'll do kind of a little bit of a walkthrough guide here as well. We'll go through some of the mechanics. This is the first boss, shade of I can't even say it, Falarial. So the boss mechanic here for this one, she's gonna cast a fireball on a random player, and that random, or sorry, no, this is the Hoarfrost. Woo, almost screwed that up. So they're gonna drop a Hoarfrost on a random player, and it's ice. And as you can see, I just grabbed a shard and I sent it down. The portal is up. My DPS crew is down in there right now. And see, there's another shard. They just destroyed a crystal. And as they destroy them, they'll call them out. Crystal down. So I know that there's a shard. So boom, 3 shards. That's all you need to look for. They're gone. They're down. The portal is closed, guys. It's really that simple. You just got to be aware when they're down there and when the crystals are being destroyed so that you can send the shards down. So again, back to the mechanics for this boss. When they drop the Hoarfrost on you, it's going to do ice damage. It's a dot. You're going to be able to take that dot with you, take it outside the group, and then you're going to drop it. Once you drop it, somebody else will come and they'll pick it up. I think this has to happen 3 times for it to go away. Usually if you just take it outside the group, and especially in normal, just take it outside the group, drop it, come back in and just deeps. Usually you guys are pretty good. It doesn't last that long. In veteran, that's a little different story. But we're not talking veteran right now, we're talking normal. So when you get the frost on you guys, just walk outside the group and drop it outside the group, and then come back and do what you were doing. Really the only mechanics, as you can see, the bird does fly up. When the bird is on the ground, you really want to focus down that bird. All your DPS should be focused on the bird when it is on the ground. And as you can see, we got another portal up. So my crew's gonna call up the portal. They're already in. I've already dropped back. I'm looking for shards now. As they're destroying crystals, these shards are gonna pop up, and I'm gonna send them down to them, and they're gonna drop orbs in them. And once they do 3, then the portal closes. The reason we want to close the portal is, as you can see, there's little things coming out of there, spiders and monstrosities. We want to try to limit that, especially in vet mode. You want to limit the amount of monstrosities that come out of there, and it's really important, especially in the 3rd round or the 4th boss, the last boss, which we will get into once we get there. So again, that's the portals. When the bird is in the air, as you can see, you really want to focus your deeps on your boss. Like I said before, when the bird is on the ground, you really want to focus your DPS on that bird. When it's flying up around in the air, you're going to switch to the humanoid. Tanks, main tank, you're going to decide, you guys decide who's going to take who. One tank takes the human, one tank takes the bird. When the bird falls down, you'll see our tank turns the bird around facing the wall. And you're going to want to stack up on its butt. You want to get on the butt on all of these monsters. And there you go. Our first boss is done flawlessly. No issues, guys. And that's that. I'm just going to go. I think I've picked up something that was of interest to me. Not bad. So the reason we do normal, most people are looking for body pieces, like that guy there in my guild is looking for Cioria legs. You don't need to do vet mode to get body pieces because they'll drop. They're really, really easy to upgrade. If you're looking for purple jewelry, this isn't the place to come. You're going to have to do veteran, but most people are looking for body pieces in CloudRest, so that's why normal is really, really popular. It's really easy. Once you know the mechanics, guys, and you got a coordinated group, it's super easy. Like, we crushed this dungeon, like, no problem. So here we go again. Once you start this up, first thing you want to do is take out the creepers in the back. Always, 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 as soon as those things spawn up, if you see them spawn, call them out. Your DPS, you're going to want to focus those down right away. Same thing as the first one. After that's down, you're going to focus down all the ads, and then the boss fight's going to start. Each boss fight has a griffin that has a different debuff mechanic. The first one was the Hoarfrost. This griffin will have a different mechanic all in itself, and I believe this is the one that has the fire. So Salida, or Salidia, I don't know how to say it, she'll drop a fireball on a random player. As you can see, someone's already got it. The trick to that is you need to share that dot. That person did not share the dot with the rest of the group, and they died. You need to share that, because that will blow up once it's over. And if you're not sharing it with your group members, it's gonna one-shot you every single time. It doesn't matter who you are. It's gonna one-shot you. So everybody should be stacked up on the butt of the bird anyway. So when you get that dot on you, don't worry, don't panic, just stay tight with everybody. When it goes off, it'll go off among your group. Everybody will take the damage, and then your healer's going to heal you guys all. Nobody's going to get one-shotted. That's the mechanic here. Once you get the fireball, share that burst with the group, dudes. That's all you got to do. Super easy, and you'll live through it, no problem. That's really the only mechanic that does any damage here in normal. Veteran's a little different. As you can see, that guy had the fireball on him. He was stacked up with about 3 or 4 other group members, and it blew up, and everybody was fine. So that's the damage. As you can see, the bird is facing the wall. Our main tank is holding that bird facing that way. We're all stacked up on its butt. Once it goes into the air like it has now, we're going to switch all our DPS attention to the humanoid. Boom. And the other tank who is holding that humanoid, now he's holding him, trying to face him towards the wall as well. We're going to stack up behind this guy. He has some frontal attacks. He has some heavy attacks. Nothing really you really need to worry about too much in normal. Bird's down. We're going to switch our attention back to the bird. The tank's going to get him after he does his roar and turn him around here. And like I said, super simple. There he goes. Portal's up. And I'm going to turn my attention to Shards here real quick once I hear they call it out. And it don't matter because the bird's dead. Oh, no, the humanoid's still up.
That could be.
So as you can see, boom, there's a shard. I'm looking for it. Go over to it, hit the synergy. It's going to shoot down below into the portal world. And they'll be able to drop orbs, you guys. I'll do a video about running portals as well. It's something I like to do. I like to go down into the portal world myself and destroy crystals and do whatever you got to do there. So I'll have another video on what exactly that looks like. I do go into the portals at the end in the boss fight at the bottom, because you don't need to send, or yeah, you don't really need 3 DPS down there. Someone else can grab shards. So the last boss fight, I will be going down into the portals with the other DPS. One important thing to note as well with the very last boss portals, you're going to have 1 more DPS go down with you, so you're going to have 3 DPS, and you're going to have 1 tank. I'll explain that a little bit later. We're coming up now to the 3rd mini boss here. This boss debuff mechanic is an overcharger mechanic. So this bird will overcharge your weapon. What it's going to do is it's going to get your screen's going to turn blue. It's going to prompt you that your weapon is being overcharged. It's going to be blue, and then it's going to shoot lightning out, and it's going to be really, really damaging your group and you. It's a hellish dot. You want to get rid of that. So all you got to do, dudes, when you notice that you're overcharged, all you're going to do is swap weapons for 10 seconds. Minimum 10 seconds. That's all it lasts for. Once it's over, once the 10 seconds is done, you can swap back to your bar and and you're good to go. And like I said, it'll even prompt you. So if you're on your main damage bar and you get that blue screen and it says you're about to be overcharged, swap over to your buff bar real quick, because it's going to overcharge that bar, and then when it does, you can swap back over to your main DPS bar if you're DPS, your main healing bar if you're a healer, main tank bar if you're a tank, right? If you get that warning and you catch it, swap over to your off bar and overcharge that bar if you can. If not, no big deal. You'll notice it's overcharged. Just swap weapons, dudes. It's really, really easy. 10 seconds, you swap back, and you're good. So this one here, there's a lot of AoE damage. You don't want those AoEs to overlap. As you see, it put us all in a bunch. If those AoEs overlap each other, they're going to hit harder. Excuse me. So you want to make sure that you kind of try to spread out a little bit when that stuff's going on. So again here, this one, the first one was ice damage, second one was fire damage, this one's lightning damage. So quick note on that, while you're setting up your CP, and I believe the last boss is magic damage, while you're setting up your CP for this dungeon specifically, you really want to lean towards your spell shields, your elemental defender. You're not going to take very much, if any, physical poison damage. You won't take any poison damage in here. You won't barely take any physical damage. It's all going to be fire, frost, shock, or magic. And I think even Oblivion, I believe, is a mod that does Oblivion damage. I'm not sure. But that being said, you're going to want your spell shields up really high. Like if I could show you my stats right now, I got about 20,000 spell resistance. Just specifically for this dungeon, and as you can see, I don't have any issue staying alive, and it is normal, but there's people dying around me. There's people that drop quite low on health. Between my healers and my self heals with my crit rush or my crit surge, I do pretty good, and that's the key. Staying alive is key. If you don't want to be dead, you don't want to be getting picked up all the time. I mean, it does happen, of course. But you don't want to be that guy that's super squishy and always dying, especially in a normal dungeon. But like I said, it does happen, guys. I mean, this dungeon, although it is normal, it is quite hard if you do not know the mechanics. Again, here we go. Our portal's up. We got a pretty good burn going on here. Looks like we got kind of scattered, though. There's some dead people lying around. When you guys get, as you notice, all our dead people are scattered. You guys want to stay tight on the group. It's easier for healers to heal groups of 12 if you guys are stacked up. And as you can imagine, if you guys are healers watching this, you can probably attest to this. The dudes, you need to stack up. That's why that's why they call it out. You know, you stack on the butt or whatever, so that everybody's there. And the key to that is not only are you all in one spot attacking, but you're all in one spot to get healed. Those healing circles, healing springs, earth core, all that stuff popping off in one area. And it's really, really easy to stay alive. So as long as your healers are doing a good job and your DPS are in the right spots, you guys are fine. Like, we got some DPS scattered over attacking that other boss. They shouldn't be over there. The only person bugging that humanoid should be the main tank, which now is, you can see they're all back over here, DPS and the bird. That's what you want to see. Let the tank play with him while the bird's down, and that's going to be a big one there, and we shared it all pretty good. So we're almost done here, 33% left on the bird.
Humanoid.
And again, bird is in the air, so we want to be attacking the humanoid. Humanoid likes to move around a little more than the bird. It's a little tougher to stay stacked on this boss, just because he likes to move around so much. But we got the bird. She's almost down. We got another portal, probably one more portal. It gets to a point sometimes where you can skip portals. Right now we still got about 3.6 million left on the boss. Probably not a good idea to skip the portal right now. So my crew did go down. I'm going to be sending shards down. But if that portal pops up and there's 2, 3, 4% left, just burn that boss. Ignore those portals, guys. You're going to have that boss down before anything can come through there anyway. So, and right here, I'm just being a scrub. I'm trying to pick up. I'm trying to loot this bird and send shards down at the same time. which I should just be paying attention to the shards, I guess. But
yeah, we need those one shard.
Anyway,
over here behind us. Right.
Yeah, you don't need to
Oh,
really
shit.
be looking for shards. I want to just stand back and just look for them for the purposes of this video. A lot of times you can really keep your focus on your DPS. Just make sure that when they go down there and they destroy a crystal, so that someone in the group down there calls it out, so that at least whoever knows, or if any, you know, it doesn't need to be one designated person, just as long as there's DPS up top aware that they need to send shards down. It's really important. If the faster those shards go down, the faster that portal closes. So that's why it's so important. That's why I'm doing this video, you guys, so you can see what they look like. You can see what you have to do, how many you need to do to close a portal, which is 3. And we're going to get into the last portals here. Now that this boss is done, we're going to go and fight Zamaja, the final boss. And there's some mechanics that go on there. If you don't do it quick enough, if you don't get those portals closed soon enough, Zamaja will come through it, and then a wipe mechanic will happen, and everybody dies. No matter what, it's a wipe. That's just the way it is. So it's really important. So Zamaja will be at the top, and then there's going to be a shade of Zamaja down in the portal. And there's going to be crystals down there as well. There's a few more mechanics. So this round, you're going to take 3 DPS, and you're going to take 1 tank down below. And the purpose of the tank is the tank's going to go in first. Always make sure the tank goes in first. I've done this many times as a DPS. I went in there first and I got one-shotted like immediately. Zamaja Shade is down there and she will mess your stuff up. So tank goes in first. The tank grabs aggro on Zamaja. The 3 DPS will follow and smash crystals as fast as they can. And again, same thing. They're going to have people up at the top looking for shards as this goes on. But there's also another mechanic down there that I'm going to show you once we get going here, and it's just easier to show you. There's a big AoE mechanic that takes place down there, and there's some pads and some stuff that you need to jump onto to get out of the way of that stuff. So we'll go over that once I get down there. But again, here, same thing, main boss fight. Everybody ignores the boss. Take the ads out, take the creepers out. And the same kind of thing you're going to want to do. You're going to stack up right on Zamaja's butt, right on her tail. And another quick little thing about her is she jumps underneath the ground and then she comes up. So when you're fighting this boss and you have your ultimate up, hold it until she comes up. So wait till she goes down, because she's going to go down, and then she's going to come back up out of the ground. That's when you want to hit her with your ultimates, because that's how you're going to get the most effectiveness out of them, because they're going to have the most time to hit for those dots to hit. So as you can see, we're fighting Zamaja now. The main tank's just going to keep her focused on him. We're going to stack right on her tail, guys, right on her butt. Healers behind the DPS, and we're just going to go to town. Now, see, as she went down, as soon as she comes up, she's behind us, boom. Now you're going to hit her with ultimates right now. This would be the best time to do it if you have them, because now you're going to get the most time out of it. So that's just a quick little tip. Most people probably don't even realize. Get the most out of your ultimates on this boss, because it is kind of a DPS race. You do want to destroy this boss quickly. And as you can see, all 4 of us are down here now. We have 3 DPS and we have a main tank tanking the Zamaja boss. As soon as you get down here as a DPS, you're going to go for crystals. That is an orb, the Malevolent Core. I'm just going to worry about the crystals right now, because I'm going to go back and grab these cores after. As soon as we destroy these crystals, there's shards. So now we have shards. And this is the mechanic, the AoE mechanic that I got caught in. I'm a little tankier than most with my Stam Sork, so I can eat that. Most people can't eat that. Most people will die, and I think I get sapped because the tank got one-shotted, and then once the tank loses aggro, there's a chance that you will get shot. That little shot from Zamaja will kill you. When you die, you get shot back up to the top world. So when you die, call it out, because someone else is going to have to go back in there. Our boys ended up closing the portal before, but if you do get up, you can go back in. But you know, if when somebody dies, you want to call it out so that another DPS can quickly jump in there, and then when you get picked up, you just go back to doing what you're doing, and then when a portal comes out, again, you just go back in, and hopefully the tank doesn't lose aggro on this one. Unfortunately, our tank went down that time down there, and I got zapped. Plus, I ate that AOE as well. So I mean, I was pretty low health. Anyway, portal is up, so we're gonna go in. I got stunned as soon as I wanted to go in there, and I think our tank loses aggro again. But well, hopefully I can get the wind pad here on this one, so I can show you guys. So I'm just going around. I'm destroying crystals so that the shards show up at the top. One of the other DPS can come down. See this AOE now? See that pad? Use the wind of the Welkinar. It shoots you up to the top. Once it goes off, boom, we all jump down. We're good. We're going to go pick up the orbs and deposit them in the shards now. And that's it, dudes. Portal's closed. That was a flawless run on the portals, actually. You can't do it much quicker, much better than that. That is what you're looking for. Perfect. So, like I said, go down tank first. Tank takes aggro. DPS destroy crystals. The 2 deeps destroy the crystals as quick as you can. 3rd deeps grab an orb. Use those the wind of the Welkinar when you need to, and then deposit those orbs in those shards ASAP. That's it, guys. And like I said, if you don't do that soon enough, the shade that's down there will come through the portal, and it will wipe everybody. So it is a little bit of a DPS race. The guys on the top want to make sure they're really focusing down Zamaja and make sure the portal team is on point, and you guys will have no issues with this trial. I promise you, it's actually very, very easy. As long as everybody does their job and everybody knows what they're doing, this trial is incredibly easy. Like I said, the body pieces that drop here, they're really, really good. So check it out if you haven't done this trial, guys. Make sure you go check it out. Check out the pieces that drop there. I'm gonna grab this orb here, and I'm just gonna look for a shard. And that's not a shard, Nick. That's not a shard. That's a yeah. I'm just gonna eat this one, no problem. And I'm gonna deposit this in the shard before I get zapped. And that's it. Almost got caught there because of my foolishness, but that's okay. We made it through. We made it out. We're doing a pretty good job. That laser beam there, you're gonna want to watch out for that. That little AOE dot hits pretty hard if you get caught in there, but it's pretty easily avoidable. As you can see, it moves pretty slow. It's very animated. You can see it. I believe that it can be interrupted as well. Not 100%, so the tank should be interrupting that when he sees it. So where we at? Hey, yeah, we're about 25%. We probably get one more portal drop here before the end of this fight, and then that's it, guys. We're almost through this trial. Less than half an hour it took our group to crush this one out. This was a really good group. We had really good community, really good comms, and that's huge. Creeper's up, as you can see, 3, 4, 5 DPS. We're on it right away. It's down. Portal's open. We're gonna go in. I think we're just gonna ignore it. Yeah, we are. We're not even going in the portal. We ignored it. We're down to about the last 3 mil here. 3 mil with 12 people is really not that much. We ignored the portal. We're just going to burn the boss. Get this over with. I go shoot this shard down just to force a habit. There's nobody down there, but that's all good because, like I said, this boss is about 10% down. We're going to destroy it. And that is the dungeon, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video helps you guys with your CloudRest journeys. And as soon as you finish this dungeon, guys, on normal even, you will get a title, CloudRest here. That's pretty cool. Let people know, you know, where you've been, what you've done. And a lot of people have trouble with this dungeon and the mechanics, guys. As you can see, it can be very, very easy. So once you have destroyed the main boss, the shade is going to come up from the shadow world. It's going to have about 10 mil health. You guys just have to quickly buzz that down. There's no more portals. There's no more nothing. It's just the shade is up top now. It has the same mechanics as the other boss. This one, though, does not jump down below. It just sits there, so you guys just got to stack up on its ass and burn it until it's done. Super easy, guys. This is the last mechanic. This is the last section of this dungeon. There's a creeper up over there. We're going to go take that out. I think we should be taking it out anyway. There we go. Now I noticed it. Let's get rid of that creeper. And once that's down, we'll go back to the boss. Stack on the tail. The tank did a really good job in this dungeon, keeping the boss faced away from the DPS. And in most trials, most dungeons, that's the main thing you want to do as a tank. You're going to get that aggro, and you're going to point him away from the boss, so that all those heavy attacks, all those frontal cone attacks, all of those things are directed away from the deeps and the heals, and they can just do their job, and it makes dungeons super easy. That's a little tricky little mechanic. He'll just grab you and tow you up. You don't die. It doesn't do much damage. All good. We're almost done here. We have about 2 mil left on the shade, and then we are done this dungeon, guys. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helps you guys. I hope this sheds some light on the shards and the portals and what you guys got to do when those things come up. And don't panic, guys. The biggest thing is don't panic. Learn the mechanics. Don't panic. And these things are super easy. I mean, as if you watch this whole thing, you seen we did that dungeon with relative ease. And the reason we did it with relative ease is because we all knew what we were doing. We all communicated before the dungeon started. Before the dungeon starts, guys, decide who's doing what and who's going where. What tank's doing what. Which tank's tanking the bird. Which tank is tanking the humanoid. Which tank is going down. Which tank is staying up on the final boss, right? Discuss all of that. Whoever is looking for shards in the first 3 bosses, that's the DPS that should be going down. Just the way it rolls over, right? So, like I said, guys, that's it for me. I just wanted to do this quick little shard guide, portal guide for you guys, so you guys know what's going on. A lot of people get nervous and panic about these portals. They're really easy, guys. So I hope this helped. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, make sure you drop a like down below. We're going to be pumping out a lot more Elder Scrolls videos. We got a new chapter coming out here in June. Ellsweir is coming out. So stay tuned. Make sure you drop a subscribe and a like down below. Stay updated on all my guides and all my dungeons and trials and all that stuff that I'll be doing. I'll be posting, live PvP, all that good stuff. So again, thanks guys for watching. That's it for me. That's all. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time.